We're going to start off front row on your left, Jack Sobel.
Jack, first of all, congrats on the record. When you guys get one pick and another pick and another pick, and you're making plays you're stacking those plays on top of each other, how do you guys kind of feed off one play into the next as a defense?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun when you can have a lot of havoc on the ball, and certainly tonight we were able to do that. Guys were flying around, guys were seeing their keys and recognizing stuff and making plays on it, and so it just makes playing ball a lot of fun, and it makes you hungry to get back out there. Right when those short series happen, you want to get right back on the field, and we were flying around having a lot of fun tonight for sure.
Front row on your right, Pete Samson.
I mean, the record to have been here as long as you have. I mean, Notre Dame history as well. Like, I was interested in what that means to you, and also just like the ability to sort of answer the bell 63 times is not easy to do either.
Yeah, I mean, kind of what you hinted to. Like, it's not easy, and so like, there's a lot of people that go into me stepping on the field 63 times. Like the trainers, family, teammates, strength coaches in general. Like, there's a lot of people that play into that, and so that's the best thing about this record. It's not a me thing; it's a we thing. But like being able to suit up and go on that field and play with your brothers out there, like that's really important, and to do that so many times, like that's extreme honor. And to think about some of the guys I got to do it with. I know that Robert Hainsey got put up on the screen today, and guys were like, "Who's that?" And like. But like I was on scout team against him, and that was it was really cool to see him come back and get up there. And Book was back today, and I know Sam was back. But seeing those guys come back and knowing I got to play with them and be a part of their story and they're part of my story, it's been really special. And then growing up an hour away, Notre Dame's a super special place, and to allow people to join in the experience with me from back home, it's been a big honor of mine.
On your left, Tyler James.
Jack, was the record ever something that was put on your radar at some point? Was it ever a motivating factor to you in any way? Was there any sort of drive that you put into that?
It was brought up, I think, in camp, and then I really found out about it when I was doing a podcast with Coach Freeman about, like, wow, I am actually, like, within striking distance. And, I mean, it's never, like, a goal I set out for. I'm very fortunate to have the opportunity to be here a long time. And, Coach Freeman and the staff asked me to come back, and that was, played a part in it. And so just being able to do it, and it's cool to say that your name's in the record book at Notre Dame, especially a prestigious program like this is, to be part of the history is extremely neat.
And then you had a sack late where a guy tried to take you out low. You kept going.
Yep.
Does a game like this, knowing this could be your last time at Notre Dame Stadium, does it give you extra juice to play to the end of the game like you did today?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you step on the field at Notre Dame Stadium, like, you're going to go all out. That doesn't change. That mindset doesn't change. But just knowing, that's just the type of player that I am, and I think that this defense is that, like, you don't stop on a play, you don't quit on a play. Down up is the way we call it as a linebacker, and so get up, and the guy was in front of me and was able to make the tackle. I'm glad I could finish it this week. Last week I didn't get to finish the sack, so that was big time for me to get that one back.
Same side, back row, Austin Huff.
Any flashbacks to your high school days, handing the ball off to Jordan Faison there, even though it got called back?
Yeah, we've been working that a while, and I kept reminding Coach Free, hey, I played triple option quarterback in high school. I can do a reverse pivot, but that's something we practice a lot. The reverse pivot blind handoff, like that is a tough thing to do, and I thought it worked really well, and I don't really know what the penalty was, but it was a lot of fun practicing it and get to kind of relive those glory days back in high school.
Is it just a bummer then when you see that flag and it took like 5 minutes to like figure out what actually was the call? Like,
yeah, I don't really know what happened. I just know I ran all the way down there, was freaking out, and then saw the flag and my heart sank. But yeah, I don't know. It was fun. It was certainly a fun play to do though.
Last question opportunity for you, Jack. On the right, Tim Priester.
Right here. I know Coach preaches one play, one life, all of that, but now you're 2 games away from finishing the regular season. Can you block out what could possibly happen after that, or you find your mind wandering to playing a game here in the snow or in December?
Yeah, I mean, you have to block it out, right? It's one game, one life, one play, one life. This is the 2 biggest, the next 2 games are the biggest stretch of our lives. Like, you got to go all in no matter what. And the future's uncertain. Whatever happens, happens. But knowing that you didn't leave anything, behind and you did everything you could, like that has to be the mindset. We've been saying on defense, like all chips in. That's just the mindset we have every day when we come to work on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday. It doesn't matter what day is. Like, you got to be ready to give it your all because you don't know what the future holds.
Jack, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Front row on your left, Tyler Horka.
Jack just said he had a lot of fun repping that fake punt in practice all week. How fun was it for you? And then what was it like seeing that penalty flag, unfortunately? be thrown?
Yeah, it was definitely an awesome play. I mean, it was super fun to do. We've been practicing. We've had it installed since the last bowl game, so we've been practicing a lot. I mean, just to execute it so like very well out there on the field, it was amazing. Like Jack said, like we didn't know the call. You know, you just score, you see a flag, and it's like what happened, but you can't control any of it. So it's bounce back and make the next play.
I guess the theme of Riley Leonard's season has kind of been resiliency, and he showed that again tonight. I think he completed 9 passes in a row at one point. Just what do you know about him that he's able to go out there in games like this and kind of bounce back and be that guy?
I mean, he's just a dude. I mean, all-around dude, on the field, off the field, and then you get into the game. He's one of the most competitive on the field. I mean, if something happens, he's bouncing back. He's getting the rest of us bouncing back, and that's just something you want to have from your leader. And, yeah, he's just going to go out there and do his thing. We're rolling with him.
Staying on the left side, Tyler James.
Jordan, can you just walk us through what it's been like to deal with the ankle issue that you've been dealing with this season, and how do you feel physically?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously tough in the beginning, you know, going down. But you got to fill your role, like Coach Free says, take whatever role is possible. I was out there helping my teammates, you know, the weeks I was out. And then, you know, getting back right with our strength staff and then our trainers. I mean, they've helped a ton. And then being able to bounce back and feeling great, it's a great feeling. You know, it's like a veil lifted off you.
And then Jaden Harrison made some plays today. What allows him to step up in some moments and make some plays like he did?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a baller. His feet are unreal. I mean, you can't find feet like that, you know, anywhere around the nation. It comes natural to him. And, you know, he's just a dude watching him, you know, chasing him down in the end zone. He's fast, too. It's just like, that dude's something.
Jordan, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Front row on your right, Pete Samson.
Adon, just from the big picture standpoint, the secondary is so good. Why? Like, what makes you guys elite?
I would say the standard that we get held with. You know, it's no drop off no matter who's on the field, and you know every day Coach Mick preaches DMM. We got to deny a man and kind of just play with relentless effort. So,
And can you give us a sense of just like the like Mickens and the coaching part of it, like how well prepared you guys feel for what's coming before it actually shows up?
yeah, I would just say the trust in the coaching staff. Like, you know, no matter what the call is, we know we just got to plant our feet and just play the call and kind of believe in ourselves and believe in what the coaches have taught us.
Front row on your left, Jack Sobel.
Adon, can you take us through the interception? It kind of seemed like you might have baited him into that one.
Yeah, we were in like a too high look. You know, we had somebody dropping to the post fairly late. My job was actually the running back, and the running back, he kind of like waited a second, so I knew I could like free up. I seen the over behind me, and he threw it. So, yeah.
And I asked Jack the same question, but like when you stack a pick on top of a pick on top of a pick, you get a couple fumbles recovered in there. Like how do you kind of feed off each play into the next as a defense?
Yeah, you know, momentum is everything, and you know our coaches always preach +2, so we try to get +2 and more, and you know that's kind of our big goal. So, yeah.
Right next to him, Tyler Horka.
Marcus said you guys kind of used the whole fake punt fiasco as a little bit of a spark, and then you get the interception a few plays later. Just what did that kind of do for you guys? And take me through what that's like while you're sitting there waiting, not really knowing what's going on there.
Yeah, Coach Golden actually came up to me and X before, like, while they were, like, kind of discussing it, and he was like, you know, no matter what's the call, we got to go out there and plant our feet and play the next play. And then, you know, on the sideline, we have a saying, we was like, ball don't lie. So we just knew we had to go out there and, you know, whoever makes the next play is going to make it, so.
I know he's in a different position group, but he's one of your team captains. What does it say about Jack Kiser to be able to set the record that he did and just kind of be the leader for your guys' defense?
Yeah, Jack is phenomenal at his job. He's always been captain even last year, and, you know, I feel like he just excelled in his role going into this year. But seeing Jack out there kind of directing us, even though we know what we're doing, Jack's still going to have an extra point, or even after the play, he'll tell us what he sees, and it helps us, like, with the team chemistry.
Staying on the left side, Tyler James.
Adon, how can you describe to us why Xavier Watts is so successful?
I would just say his instincts and his knack for the ball. Like me and X, we talk every day about like just constantly finding the ball, and we kind of watch film on it, and like we see something that we like from the previous team from the week before, and it's like, all right, yeah, this is what we can still win that. So just kind of having that mindset of always, just finding the ball more than they would think.
What have you tried to take from his game?
Getting the ball. Yeah, he's just really good at getting the ball and kind of always being in the right spot. It's like if you watch film, X is always in the right spot. So kind of getting that from him and kind of seeing what he sees, pre-snap and post-snap.
Adon, thank you.
Thank you.
Jeremiah, how did that long touchdown run come together for you?
It was mid-zone, and really, I just trusted my O-line. Just trusted that they would get the job done. And once I saw a hole, I hit it. And, I got breakaway speed, so track meet after that.
The offense was struggling a little bit. You guys had the early touchdown, but then after that, some 3-and-outs and some penalties. How do you guys stay patient and continue to get things back on the right track?
We just take it one play at a time. If that play doesn't work out, we don't execute well. Send a pass on to the next play, and we just, do that every series or that's really, how we go forward, man. It's just whether we make a good play or a bad play, man, it's in a pass and just move forward and try to make more explosive plays and execute.
Staying on the left side, front row, Tyler Horka.
Obviously, the impetus for your touchdown celebration is pretty obvious given your name, but I'm curious, is that something that you did in high school, or does that start the season? What does that date back to?
It was something I started in college. I was just, over the summer I was thinking of touchdown celebrations. And I didn't do it, when the season first started, but as the season progressed, it came to my mind again. I was like, maybe I should start doing that. And I started doing it. Everybody loved it, and it just kind of just became my signature.
Obviously, you've gotten to do it quite a bit. You're one of a handful of players in college football with the touchdown in every single game that you've played in this year. Are you aware of that? Is it something in games where you're like, man, I got to keep that going, or how do you approach it?
I'm aware of it now. I don't really think about it much. I just come into every game, try to make a play or, try to, do what's best for my team. And if that's scoring touchdowns, then that's scoring touchdowns. That's, blocking for Riley or whoever is running the ball. That's what I'll do. So I'm not really focused on, like keeping the streak alive or nothing like that. It's really just, doing what I got to do for this team and, helping us, achieve team glory.